identify with somebody who's been in the streets and is still there. Although he's recorded with Digital Underground and he's still with the group, he has his own solo album out called Tupacalypse now. He's also featured in the critically acclaimed movie Juice. He plays Rollin Bishop. His name is Tupac Shakur. You can talk to him, you know how, just by dialing 1-800-344-2388. And I want to say hello, welcome to Video LP.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
You know, I heard you were a comedian. Just a funny guy.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
That ain't me.
You know what? And I find that hard to believe, although now I'm seeing it because I listened to your album, read all the press on you, and I thought, this is an angry young man. He is a young man who's a little bit mad about the situation.
Everybody says that. Then me playing a murderer didn't help.
Right, exactly. He's a real angry young man. Yeah.
But I'm a human being. You know what I'm saying? And I go through smiles, tears, laughter, all that. You know, I'm a Gemini too, which makes it even that much more complicated. So I can flip any second. But relatively, if I'm happy, everybody's happy. But as long as there's things going on that people are not happy at, that's when Tupac will start flipping.
Okay, we'll talk about some of the things that you're not happy about. First of all, role models. Did you have any role models growing up?
Yes, a lot of strong.
Who were they?
Asada Shakur, Fred Hampton. These are people my mother used to talk to me about. My mother was a role model now. Afterwards, after I'm grown up, I can go, yeah, you was right.
Right, because she was a Black Panther.
Yes, and she was real. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. But other role models, Harriet Tubman, a lot of females, because my mother wouldn't let me just go for the Sidney Poitier role model thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She used to push it to me to notice and recognize strong Black females. So those were some of them.
Yeah. You know, you in your press, you say something about, you know, you really didn't ask to be a role model, but any Black artist who thinks that they're not is mistaken because obviously you're in the public eye. People are going to look up to you.
Right.
And how do you feel about being a role model? Because after the movie Juice, and I haven't seen it yet, and I will, but I hear you're wonderful. You're really good.
Thank you. Why you ain't seen it yet?
I will see it, though.
Okay.
I've heard so much about this movie that I will see it.
Okay.
You know that young people are going to look up to you. So you've got to be a role model.
That's why you have to be real. A role model. I want to be, instead of a role model, I want to be a real model. Because a role is a role. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I always play like I'm so goody-goody, then somebody see me doing something bad that every human being has to go through, and they're going to go, wait a minute, he ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll let him down. But if I be me, I can never let anybody down.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have to be me.
That's true. But you say that kind of like do as I say, not as I do. Because you have a message, and you want people to hear that message, but not necessarily to emulate.
Right. I don't want anybody to follow me whatsoever. I don't want to army. What I want you to do is to listen. And I'm telling you, in my album, in the movie, in this interview, hopefully I'll show people mistakes I made, and then they don't have to make that same mistake. And by me being real and telling you exactly what I did and not glorifying it or making it look better, then they'll see it for exactly what it was. Okay. It's an experience.
All right. Well, Tupac, we've got our first Video LP phone call, and let's see who is on the line. Hello, welcome to the show. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Maurice Battle.
I'm sorry, Maurice?
Yes.
Hi, Maurice. There you go.
What's up, Tupac?
What's up, man?
Yo, I got a question. You know that video you made when that girl threw that baby in the dumpster?
Yeah.
What inspired you to make that song in that video?
I was reading the New York Post when I was doing the movie Juice, and it was this story. It started out to be this big story about this family who died because they didn't have heat and they left the gas on. Everybody died except for this girl. She moved in with her cousins, second cousins. She started dating her second cousin. He got her pregnant. Nobody noticed she was pregnant. I was like, dang. And it was over a week. But the story kept getting smaller, smaller, and smaller. And I was like, this is like very important, more important than Juice. To me, it was a bigger story than Juice. And right now, nobody talks about that. No young black males, no black males talk about black females like we should. We need to take more responsibilities for our sisters because if we don't, who will?
That's right, because you were saying you're tired of seeing videos that have all these, I call them video vamps in them. You're seeing a lot of,
Video, oh!
Yeah, no, whatever. So you're about talking about things that are a reality.
Reality, and don't get me wrong. There are video hoes, but what I'm saying is not all our sisters are. And what we do is we, beat them down more than anything. If you look at it, black females are held lower on the totem pole than anybody.
But are you saying now you don't ever, and I listened to this album, you never used the B word, talking about
No,
women.
I did not say that.
No, okay.
I did not, because you know why?
Why? Why? If we shouldn't look at our black women like that, then why even have a song that has those kind of lyrics in it?
This is how it is. Sometimes I slip and call females Nigga, never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. I call my homeboy a nigga, and I call a female a nigga.
And that's what you mean when you say nigga?
Yes, never
really,
ignorant, getting goals
accomplished. You've got a couple songs where you... well, it's a good album.
Regardless of what I mean, you told parents...
Go down, stand up, and die for that, like Blizzard did, if you want some juice. Blizzard ain't sticking up to nothing now.
Guess he told him.
Tupac Shakur as Roland
Bishop.
How much of Roland Bishop did you... Well, let me put it this way. Did you identify with the role of Roland Bishop in any way coming up? I'm trying to be real nice.
I'm checking you out. You dancing around. Are you Roland Bishop?
I mean, is this like
do you be killing
autobiographical?
Do you be killing people? Well, let me run it down.
Have you in your life ever?
Bishop is a survivor. You know what I'm saying? And Tupac is a survivor. You are a survivor. We all are. So therefore, we put in a position to whereas we got to survive, you shall do it. Bishop thought that was his way to survive. The only way for him to get out was to murder people. So that's what he did.
I read somewhere that, but for the grace of whatever, you could have been.
You read right.
Yeah. Did you have a rough life? Looking back at it now, would you say you had a rough life coming up?
I wouldn't say it was rougher than any other young black male out there. We all have it bad. Young black male, young black sisters, excuse me. We all got it bad. So the reason I say that is because when they look at the screen, you know, me saying villain, I have to understand, you have to understand that character. He came from a broken home. His father got raped in prison. No models, no role models, real models. Nobody sat him down. All he did was eat breakfast at home and go on the street and get all his education.
So what saved you? What saved you? Because you were at one point, sleeping on a bench in Marin City, California.
Yes. I call it ghetto gospel. That's when people, you know, look and see something in you, and they might give something, don't know why they're doing it, but they just do it. That's what it was. Ghetto people. I had a lot of ghetto mamas, ghetto brothers, you know. A lot of people who doing a lot of illegal stuff now, they looked out for me, you know what I'm saying?
And Digital Underground's Shock G.
And Shock G looked out for me big time. I always give him the maximum props.
He gave you your shot.
Definitely.
All right. Let's talk more about your album, Tupacalypse Now.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah. Let's talk more about these messages in this album.
Okay.
All right. So what about the one where it's called, let me see, I Don't Give a F.
Everybody picked that one.
I don't give a F. Okay.
I don't. I really don't. Like when people ask me, when are you going to think about when people start saying you curse too much? I don't give a F. What are you going to think about when they say that, you know, God shouldn't have 2 earrings? I don't give a F. What are you going to think about brothers saying, why you sticking up for the females? You must be sprung. I don't give a F. What are you going to say when the police stop you and they say you can't do? I don't give a F. We got to stand up at some point and just stop stuttering. Like Sister Soldier says, I give a maximum props. Stop stuttering, stop knee buckling, and just say what you mean and say it loud. So everybody here, you can only be wrong once. But all this cowardly lying, standing behind the speaker stuff, we got to come out and say what we got to say.
That's why you don't consider some of the people that are on pop radio as rappers really what's happening. You mentioned Hammer, Heavy D, Young MC. Who else?
But let me say this. I love Heavy D. Yeah. I love all of these people. I
you respect them for what they're doing.
Yes, I do. Because Hammer's people don't know this. I really do appreciate him doing that because now black kids can see that you can have $30 million. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever thought that. Right. So I love him for that. But I'm talking about in terms of me being an artist. You know what I'm saying? And Heavy D is a different situation because he came out a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And then went that path. I got no qualms with that because who knows where I'm going to be at in 5 years.
So are you saying they're selling out?
No. I'm saying they're not being true. I'm not saying they're not being true. I'm asking them to ask themselves, are you being true? Okay. That's all. Okay. If they true, I got no problems with it. I love them, like I said. Love them.
Okay. I believe you.
Got nothing but love for them brothers. You know what I'm saying?
You wrote everything and co-produced everything?
Well, yeah.
Because aren't you part of it's called the Underground Railroad, and the production company?
I'm a busybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know this much about Nathan, but I got to be involved in everything. The videos, well, do this, put this here. So that's how it is. Everybody be producing the song. I go, well, I want the beat to go boom, bop, boom, bop. I want this thing. Somebody got running on this side. So that's what I mean about co-produce. Not like I got it all like that, but I just like to be involved. I think that we all should be more involved in our projects. Because I know just from being in this business that a lot of these gangsters that's out, they're studio gangsters. Their company is telling them how much of a gangster, you know, to do that. You got to be real and 100% real.
Okay, I've got another real important question to ask you, but we've got to go to the phones first because we have somebody on the line. I don't know who it is yet, but I'm going to find out. Hello, what's your name?
Quentin,
Hi, Quentin. Where are you calling from?
Beaumont, Texas.
All right, you've got the floor. You've got the floor.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Tupac, what has it been like for you being in the business?
What has it been like? You heard that Tribe Called Quest song? Record company people are shady. It's just a lot of smiles, a lot of shaking hands, a lot of everybody giving you their demo, a lot of backstabbers. But it's a lot of money. It's a lot of good experience, a lot of travel, a lot of females. And that's good. So you got to weigh it.
All right. We're going to go to your video in a moment, but first that question, and you can comment on it if you feel like commenting on it. I understand that you are right now involved in a lawsuit with the Oakland police. So that's taking a stand, too. I mean,
because
you want to mention what happened or why?
Okay, this is what happened. I was walking down the street, minding my own business, and the Oakland Police Department stopped me for jaywalking, asked me for my ID. I showed them my ID. My name is Tupac Shakur. That happens to be my real name. They started sweating me. I ended up saying, F the police. They jumped on me because you're not supposed to talk back to the police.
Right.
So they jumped on me, beat me down, slammed my head on, put the cuffs on, took me to jail for 10 hours. Charged me with resisting arrest. So, in all my records, I'm talking about bang, bang to the cops, but I said, okay, let me do this right. I'll be wrong. I'll be sending people to their slaughter to keep saying that. So let me try it by the law, you know, the legal way. And that's what I'm doing. Now,
I'm holding it in one hand, cradling it with a beautiful two-hand dunk.
I get $10 million. Trust me, we all going to dinner.
Like